Hey, okay, welcome back. Let me open my notepad and see what we did yesterday. Okay, today's agenda is to have cooldown and resources for the active skills and have targets like, be able to target players or enemies. And let's actually before we do that before we do that there's always before we do that let's implement the minion spawning system as well. We already have a enemy spawner. Yes. There's it here, right? And it has the spawn location and everything. So we are simply going to see if there are any slots left, pots left, and then spawn new ships and occupy that. But then what happens, like, so here we have this neat positions, right? Like we have enemies positions like this. But what how do we implement allies? Where do they spawn? Like visually, how do we represent them? So I'm going to remove the feature where we have more than one player. There will always be just one single player, and there is no player minions either. Okay, in that case, we don't need the enum here. We don't need the enums, or maybe just remove the player minion for now and see where that leads. Okay, let's implement the minions then. There is no player minion. Okay, we're gonna remove that. Enemy minion can stay for now. We'll see, like, later down the line we can change it if we have to. For now, I'm going to make the player list into just single player. Turn manager, make the change players list to single player. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the bite me's advice and restrict myself. This is not going to be a multiplayer game, so that's the condition I'm going to put on my game. So it will be kind of easier. I don't have to overthink things, just complete the process, right? So instead of the player ships, we are simply gonna have a single player. I'm going to just delete that. Have a single spaceship. Since we are using player, I'm just gonna use player spaceship. There you go. And here I don't need to do all that. Player spaceship player spaceship is the player spaceship dot instance. There you go. And in fact, I don't even need to do that, right? Yeah. Anyways, we'll just leave it like that. And then in here we are looping through each player. Instead of that, now we can just call enemy dot enemy enemy dot attack and pass the player spaceship, and then it'll return wait for so and so, and remove this loop. And then same here, all players defeated is just a single player defeated. So this is gonna be is player defeated, is player defeated. Is gonna just return if the player return if player, where is it, player spaceship is null, or the player spaceship dot is alive is false. And that should be it. And let's also do the same change here in the debug options. So instead of looping through each player, I'm only going to do one player. So I can just remove this like this. And if the player is not alive, we can just return. Anyways, this is a debug method, so I'm going to remove that. Call the player spaceship dot attack, and we're good. Save the script and go to Unity. Let's test it out. Test this out. Cosine. And add this. We won't be able to attack. That's perfect. Start battle. Now we are in player turn 1. Now we can attack. Imagine the cooldown getting cooldown being applied and everything. Then we end turn 1 2 3, and boom boom boom, and this time I'm going to press escape. 1 2 just one and escape. Perfect. Let's do the same thing. Start. Then this time I'm going to let them kill me. 2 3, they return 2 and turn 1 2 3. So one more hit and I'm dead. And turn 1, and all players have been defeated. Yeah, we need to change the debug log for that. But apart from that, everything is good. Everything looks good. So here we're simply gonna say debug dot wait, is player defeated, right? Is player defeated. A player has been defeated. Yep. Okay. Now what do I do? What do I do? One second. Yeah, where was I? Mhm. 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 Button manager. We are done with this. We can commit these messages. I mean, commit these changes. Um, Change the players list to a single player in the tone manager, and boom. Okay, we are good. Just give me a second. Mhm. Okay, we are done with this. Now what? When you return to the main battle scene, retain player's health. Yeah, let's fix that then. Ah. When we change, we are in turn manager, and when we switch to the defeat scene, no, only when we escape successfully, we are changing that, right? So this is being subscribed to from the gameplay battle scene controller. Yes, and here we are simply calling. We are. Okay, we are using find objects by type. Okay, I see. I mean, if we are doing it just once, not really a big deal. Okay, in the go to main scene, we are simply calling the scene managers go to gameplay scene. Yes, but the thing is, when it loads, when it loads, uh, in the player, oh shit, or rather, in its base class, we're calling the start method one more time. Hmm. You know what? We'll come back to this later. I think we need to change the scene management system itself. So we'll come back to that later. Uh, so we can just go ahead with the minion spawn system. So let's do that. Do. Wait, minion spawn system. To implement that, we'd have to create the passive system, right? Like passive skill, or at least the different types of enemy variants. Okay, so even that can hold for now. I mean, technically, Yeah, it can hold. It's not really that complex. Implement enemy target system. Yeah, this no longer is necessary because we have a single player now. Oh man, so much, so much cutting down. But I think it is a good step. I don't want to overwhelm people with different systems. I want it to be fun and yeah, easy to learn. I mean, yeah, easy to learn, hard to master. Okay, let's go with that. So what else? Yeah, we can actually work on these features now for the active skill. Yeah, let's go. Um, Go to the active skills, and we need a cooldown time. I'm going to add a base cooldown. It can be integer base cooldown. Okay, and then for the resource, I'm going to have um, um, private. It's energy, right? Energy and scrap. We can go with integer for that as well. So this is base energy cost and power cost. Yeah, no, not power. Um, scrap, scrap cost, and scrap is going to be the game resource. We can have some kind of like modular thing for this, but I don't see the requirement at this point. It's just going to have two types of resources and one I mean, it's not like uh, scrap is actually optional, so we can just keep it 0 for most of the skills. Yeah, okay. And why do I have the base energy cost and base cooldown stuff like that? That is because I want the stats to affect the energy cost. So let's say if I have a skill, if I have a active skill on use, it's going to give me it's going to increase the max energy for that round. So in that case, if I just, okay, let's think of it this I mean, I don't know if this is the right call, but let me think about this in another way. Let's say I have a stat that increases the max hull for the spaceship. So when we add an equipment, it is going to increase the max hull stats, and on value change, on that stats value change, we are going to add the remaining amount. Like we send the let me open the stats as well so I can visualize this. So we have this event handler, and it has a new value and old value, right? So in this case, the max hulls old value would be, let's say, 100, and now we have increased it by 20, so it's going to show the new value as 120. So we can get the difference amount, that is 20, right? So let's say our current hull was at 80 by the time we added this equipment. We need to fill that 20 hull, so we can do that. But okay, okay, in that case, what happens if they remove it? What happen? happens if they remove that equipment that is providing us this max hull? Should we remove that whatever HP, whatever hull it gave us? In that case, what if the player's current health is at 15 and we remove the one that gave us 20 hull? We can't go minus 5 hull, right? Hmm. Okay. So in that case, we should not increase the current hull depending on the max hull. That is the neatest way to counter this issue. Okay, how does it work in terms of energy then? So when I use some skill that gives us extra energy, I don't have to increase the max max energy. I can just increase the current energy, and now instead of showing 3 out of 3, it's going to show us 4 out of 3. Right, right. So we can treat that as the current hull. So current hull is not a stats. So we don't need the cooldown. Wait, energy as a stat. Okay, that's fine. We can go with uh, max energy. Okay, this is going to be a stat. So no, energy cost, right? My bad, my bad. Okay, now it's a different story. I was talking about the current energy, that is player stat. Okay, now how does the energy cost come into picture with all the stats and everything? So let's say this skill has a 2 energy cost, and I have a equipment that is going to cut the energy cost by 50%. So how does cooldowns work? When we increase the cooldown, I mean technically we decrease it, right? When we decrease the cooldown stat, so there will be a base cooldown, right? And base cooldown is nothing but max cooldown in this case. Yeah. And we have the ownership here, so we can get the cooldown from that. Okay, let's add new stats inside the config stats, and duplicate this, and I'm going to call this energy cost. Energy cost reduction. Okay, and then while I'm at it, this is gonna be scrap cost reduction. We could probably, okay, instead of this, let's just go with a single thing: resource cost reduction, right? Resource cost reduction. Right. Okay. And let's change this icon to something like this. We are not really using the icon right now, but anyways, it's a good practice. Uh, let's go to the gameplay main scene. Go to player ship and add the new resource cost reduction. And now, we okay. Yeah, I think instead of the dictionary, we may have to just come back to this type because we're not using the enums. Yeah. Okay. So go back to the active skill, and here, um, so if we increase it, it's going to decrease the energy cost reduction, right? We can have private int current cooldown, current cost reduction, I mean current cost, and in the initialize, I'm going to look for cost reduction stat. Cost reduction stat equals ownership. I don't have a get stat, so stats dot, oh man, yeah, yeah, dictionary is not really working out for me right now. We need this to be, should I use the enums again? It'd be so much simpler to use enum. Use the enum as well as the stat type SO. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, let's do that. Public. In that case, why do I need to bother with the stat type SO? I mean, it does hold all the stat type stuff together. Okay, let's use both then. Enum, stat type. So hulls, shields. It's actually max hull, bro. Max hull, max shields, attack power, armor. I don't know if we need armor to be a stat. Yeah, armor is not a stat because there is, I mean, yeah, armor is not a stat. It's same as how the current hull and current shields are not stats. Okay, then we have cooldown reduction. No, not, yeah, we need cooldown reduction as well, but for now, yeah, actually let's cooldown reduction, and then cost reduction. Do we need separate cost reduction for both? Yeah, let's do that. Energy and scrap cost reduction. Okay, and now we need to add that in here. Public enum. Oh, no, I meant stat type. Okay, let's actually move this enum inside this namespace. Stat type. Great. Now I don't really need these. We can remove this in a second, but let's continue working on our active skill. So here I'm going to try get value where no wait. uh Now I can actually add a get that, and we can add type using bb core dot character stats dot scrap cost reduction. So we need two here. Scrap cost reduction. All right, and now we can generate this method and go there. Make this a public class, I mean public accessor, and this returns character stat. And here we're going to look for any value that has that type. For each stat entry in stats dictionary, y oh, this is in the base class. What is it saying? Is inaccessible because it's private property, not protected. So let's change that to protected. And then that error is gone. Now we can because by the way, like, we can just remove this this public stats property later. That's why I did that. Oh wait, we need that, right? We need that because we're going to use this from within the stats panel. Okay, let's remove that protected, and instead let's call stats public property. Okay, for each stat entry we are going to look for its key, which is just SO, stat type SO, and its type. And if it is scrap reduction, no, this is gonna be stat type. If it is the stat type we are looking for, then we return that value, which is the character stat. Instead of returning the value, let's actually return the pair itself. So we'll have the reference for the no, not required, I guess. I mean, yeah. Let's see. So here, if the stat is not found, we are going to debug.log error, that type is not present, and return null. Here, wait, not error. Why should we throw an error? It's not there. It's not there. That's it. Okay. Here I'm going to create one more public field, and this is going to return a character stat SO, character type, no, stat type SO, and character stat. Yeah, this is going to give us both the key, I mean SO, and the value. Yeah, yep. So here, reduction There you go. So we have the scrap cost reduction and energy cost reduction, similar way. Just to experiment something. So here I can call test. We call the owner spaceship dot get stat entry, and let's get the stat type dot cooldown. Stat type dot cooldown reduction. Okay, and now test dot item 1 and item 2. Item 1 is that, and item 2 is the value. Hmm. But if I explicitly state it like this, even then it will be item 1 and item 2. However, can we name this here? That type? No, we can't do that. We can't do that there. We can only do that here, I think. Okay. No, that doesn't work either. But if we do it maybe like this, nope, it does not work. Anyways, there is some way to do this. It's not coming to my mind. I'm going to check that out later. Yeah. So now we have the cost reductions. We can set our wait a minute. Should we multiply? Okay, so instead of cost reduction, it has to be cost reduction percent, right? Yeah. We can't use this percent. Percent. And now we can multiply that to get the value. Current energy cost will be equal to, because it's integer but stat is actually float, we are selling to int and we are multiplying the base energy cost by the inverse of whatever we get from here. So this will be the value divided by 100. So if we have, let's say 50% energy cost reduction, 50% energy cost reduction that we get from here, we're going to first divide that by 100. So it's 0.5. So 1 minus 0.5. 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5. Right. Wrong example. Anyways, 0.5 times the energy cost, let's say 5, or no, 2. No. Let's go with 5. And that's going to be 2 energy cost, but we are going to seal that to end, so it will become free. And let's do that with the 90% energy cost reduction. So 90 divided by 100 is 0.9, but we are going to inverse that and make it point 0.1 by calling 1 minus zero point 0.9. So that's point 0.1. For point 0.1 times, how much was the energy cost? 2, maybe. Let's go with 2. 2, okay? So now the energy cost is actually zero point 0.2. But we are going to seal this to int, so it will be 1 again. So 1 is the basic amount that we are going to get. What if the energy cost reduction a value is more than 100? And what if it is 0? Like, will that seal to 1? If it, no, it won't do that. Okay, so energy cost reduction percentage should not be, it should either I mean either it should not be it should not reach 100 or more than 100, or we can use logarithmic way of doing things. The more you have, similar to how luck works in most of the games, if if the hmm, yeah, if you have like 600 luck, it's still not like 100% luck. So I think that's the better way to go about it. So let's actually, I'm going to use, wait. Yeah, let's use that. So in my game, oh, instead of actually saying all that, let me just copy and paste this. Uh, Paste this and say, instead of, okay, this, by this way, there is a chance of the cooldown, reduction stat going um well below 0. I don't want that. And make it similar to how luck and crit works, i.e. 100% luck is not equal to 100% luck all the time, and 100% crit is not equal to crit every hit. Mm, mm. Okay, diminishing returns constant is 100. Right. The energy cost reduction will be now. Let me open my script here. This one. This will be equal. No. Wait. We are doing more. Okay, that is okay. We are doing the energy cost reduction still. Okay, this is the raw data, and then we are getting the actual data here. So energy cost reduction equals 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus energy cost reduction raw divided by 100, which is this one, right? So wait, let me just copy this and paste it here, and let me open my calculator. So instead of doing this, we are doing this, right? uh, Same scenario. Let's say I have 90 raw scrap reduction or energy reduction. So 90 divided by 100, because this is still 100, is um, what, zero point 0.9, and inverse of that. Oh, we are doing the plus here. Wait. So zero point 0.9 plus 1 is 1.9. Okay. So what? What is this 1 minus 1? Okay. So that is 0. And 0 divided by 1.9 is 0. What the fuck? Guaranteed 0.95 for safety. You can decide. Yeah. Energy cost reduction is, so it's like uh 1 minus 0. What the heck is 1? Yeah, let's ask this guy. Why 1 minus 1? Because 0 when raw data is 0. So raw data is 50 here. So 1 plus zero point 0.5 is 1. Oh, my bad. Okay, we do the division first and then we subtract that. Mm, okay. All right. And when the raw data is 100, the reduction is 50%. When it's 300, it's 70%. Okay, this is great, but never reach exactly 1. Mm, mm, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I forgot the most basic uh way, the BODMAS, right? Okay. So we have the raw values here, reduction values. It can be like 900, 1000, stuff like that. And then we have the diminishing returns constant. For now, we are going to make it make it 100, and then energy reduction will be so and so. This is the actual reduction value we get from that. And then we are going to clamp it by 1. So it can't be. Okay, why is it between 0 and 0.95? Wouldn't that be like, since it's clamp 1, wouldn't that be 1, 0 and 1? Why is this guarantee? Why does this guarantee? Since it's a clamp 0 1, wouldn't that be 0 0 to 1? Okay, minimum is 0, maximum is 1. So the possible result is 0 to zero point 0.1. Yes. Clamp does not limit you to 0.95. Why I mentioned, yeah, that was referring to the actual behavior of diminishing return formula, not the clamp. With this curve, effective, yeah, you can approach 1, but you practically never hit it unless raw is extremely huge. For example, for real gameplay values, raw 100 to 500 it usually ends up, um, so 0.95 is the practical range, not the clamp range. Okay, clamp is just a safety guard in case some calculation goes weird. I see. To be precise, with the diminishing returns alone, raw infinite, but never reaches 1 exactly. I see, I see. With clamp applied, still, mm, but real data will still be around that. Unless you feed insane stat number. What is instant? How much, how much raw value should it be to reach 100%? Yeah, right. Then why the clamping? Then why the clamp? Then why clamp? Zero. Why clamp? Yeah. No, not really. It's not a safety guard. Not part of the math. Let me break down. So, so the result is already in the range. There's no danger of it going above. Becoming negative breaks the game. So why clamp at all? You only add clamp as defensive layer in case of some buggy sneaks, and I see. Okay, fine, fine, I guess. I mean, even then, how would it be more than one? Unless the buggy input actually is applied to this one. Yeah, yeah, after no, I don't see it, but fine, I can go with it. You should keep the clamp one. Here are your options. Remove it. Yeah, if you guarantee raw stats are always greater than 0. I see what you mean. If it becomes less than 0, I see. Okay, fine, I'll leave it. And then the second question is, okay, give me some scenarios. Scenarios with, eh, give me some examples with different constants, okay, values. Mhm, mhm. So 50% is fast progression, 20 raw is 28, 50 raw is 50, 100 raw is yeah, and it goes like that. And then 100 is the balanced default fail, 20 is actually, oh wait a minute, 25 is 20, I see. Okay, and then 200 is slow progression, so this will be 50 equals 20%, 100 equals 33%, and so on. And this is going to be crazy slow, but still it's kind of good. I mean, do I want the stats to go so high, like 3000? No. But what about in this case? So constant is 50 here. So 300 is 85%. So let's say we are talking about crit. So 100% is 66.7%. I can work with that. Yeah. I think 50 is good. We are going to reduce it maybe later. Let's go with 50. Let's actually. Mhm. Okay, now with the 50, let's say our energy cost reduction is maybe 300 divided by 50. So that's 6 plus 1, so 7. 1 divided by 7 is that minus 1. No, that will be opposite, but still it will be plus 0.85%. So 85%. Hmm, I see. What if I have the energy cost reduction, not 50, 10? What happened? 10. 10 divided by 50 is zero point 0.2 plus 1 is 1.2. 1 divided by 1.2 is this. Inverse of that is plus 1.6. So 16% uh, energy cost reduction. So if I'm using uh, if the skill uses 5 energy, 5 energy, 5 into, I mean, times that. No, wait. 1 point. Let's go with like 1.5. 1.5. So 15%, right? So uh, so we are going to go with. Mm-hmm. Da, 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 na, 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 na. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Clamp is actually. Never mind. Yeah, 1 minus. Let's go with 85%. So that is that. So we have 15 here. So if we 1 minus 15, 0.15, that is 85%. Ah, okay, hang on. Ah, 20 raw reduction divided by 50 is 1.4. So 1 divided by zero point 0.4. Was it 1.4? Man, 20 divided by 50 is zero point 0.4. And if we add it, then it's 1.4. So 1 divided by 1.4 is this one. So I'm going to go with, just gonna copy, and then 1 minus paste, and we get this. Now we are going to inverse this. Copy, and then 1 minus paste. So we get this amount. So we are reducing the energy cost by 71% with 50. Hmm. I think 100 constant is actually better. Yeah. So the base energy cost would be, let's say, 5. In that case, the current energy cost would be 3.5 seal to int. So it's 4. Hmm. Wait a minute. So what if I have 100 cost reduction raw, then that divided by 50 is that. So plus 1 is 3. So 1 divided by 3 is that. And inverse of that is 0.78. 1 minus 0.33 is, oh, 6.7. Okay, 6.7. And then um and then what? Yeah, then we are going to inverse this one more time. uh ah, I think I'm missing something. uh Instead of inversing all this, we can just get the same thing here, right? Reduction multiplied by this. Yeah, hang on, let me check with our chat gtp. And then and then what else? Energy cost was 5. So that times 5 is 1.5. With 100% reduction, we are going to get 2 energy cost. Hmm. Mhm. 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 Okay, okay, okay. Now the real question: why why aren't we just we just this seal to end this times, because your energy cost percentage reduction, not percentage remaining reduction. So this is, let's say, 0.35, 0.30. Huh? Okay, why did that make sense in my head earlier? Okay, let's go with the 50% reduction uh, divided by 100. So that is zero point 0.5 plus 1, 1.5. 1 divided by 1.5 is that, but inverse of that is, let's go with 1 minus uh 0.66, that is 34. Okay, 34. Yeah, I meant without doing this. Yeah, I meant without doing that, because now if I inverse this again, 1 minus 0.34, we are going to get the zero point 0.6. Yeah, I missed one step there. My bad. My bad. I missed one thing. Uh, um, why can't we just why can't we just why can't we just where is the energy cost? Yep, do this, but we don't inverse this here. Mhm. Why this works and why before it didn't. It doesn't matter, I know. Recommended variable names. Direction percent. You use the new cleaner formula. Your suggestion, yeah. 1 divided by 1. Should you switch? Yes, it's better. Okay. Shorter, cleaner, easier to reason with. Directly usable for cost multiplication. Final cleanup version. Okay, fine. It agrees. It's not bullshitting itself. That's good. And that's how you use the AIs, generative AIs. You see, you understand what it's saying, try to understand and ask questions. And sometimes, and most of the times actually, it keeps sticking to its gun without changing anything. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, unless you know some things from about that field, you won't really be able to reason with it. Hmm. Okay, so now let's do the 50% again. So we have 50% cost reduction divided by 100. That's zero point 0.5. Plus 1 is 1.5. So we're going to 1, we're going to divide that. 1 divided by 1.5 is 0.66. And here we are directly multiplying that with this. And again we are doing the math f max 1. uh, w- I don't really see why we need that. Yeah, so let's say I had the energy cost of 5. Now we are going to have the energy cost 4, because we are doing the seal to int, right? I accept this, but I'm not gonna do. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Curve strength is good, right? I like the diminishing factor, but curve strength actually gives you more, uh, like it gives you like more visualization, how steep the curve turns. Let's go with that. Should we use animation curve for this? Should we? Should we use it? Should we use any for this? I already have uh that's SO that holds all the stat info. Yeah. I'm going like out of my way here. Like I wanted to do one thing, but I'm doing a lot of other things. Ah. Okay, I'll stop in a bit. Okay, I'll stop in a bit. Not yet though. Okay, and then let's pass this as well. And then I'm just giving everything for context. It so it does not when every relevant things context. Hmm. See, I knew it. That's why I kind of got excited. I also see some potential issues, but there you go. One specific shape. Yeah, y- yeah. Using animation curves gives you more first at unique curves. Yeah, you probably don't want all stats to scale the same. Yeah. Example, energy cost reduction. I knew this was a good idea. Implement it. Yeah. So in here, we are going to have a new field for animation curve. Optional diminishing return curve input raw value. Okay, go with that. I'm going to add that to our stat SO. Now we are definitely going to need our stat SO as well as the enum for ease of use. All right. After combining modifiers, apply the curve. So modify character stat, calculate final value, result processing. But after, but only for the stat that uses diminishing returns, not for everything. Simply do raw owner spaceship get stat energy cost value. Multiplier is uh, energy cost SO diminishing returns. Evaluate that raw value. Hmm. Why is this cleaner? Mm-hmm. No, we don't need that. And energy cost. That is too much. Okay, so um, so we have the diminishing curve. Okay, let's add so much. Let's just uh add a let's just add a method for that returns the value. Ish, the value. Okay, with this, what if our value is greater than the curve? What if our raw value is greater than the curve's max value? Max is clamp raw. So instead of that, instead of that, can we make the curve be between 0 and 1, and then use it that way, and treat it like normalized curve? Because if the curves have a lot of I mean, if it has like higher max value, it's going to cause issues in the editor. Normalize your raw stat. You add your curve, the apply diminishing returns. In here, normalize the math clamp. Raw value, max normalized input. Uh, where is the max normalized input? What do you mean by max normalized input? This one? Normalization limit, raw stat map 201. So we need to provide the max value for each stats. Mm, mm. No, let's do one more thing. Let's do something else. Uh, no, wait, wait. Let's just add max value field for the stat type SO. For example, if the attack power powers max is 100. Let's not go with 250. It can't go beyond it. Beyond it. And and for stats that use the diminishing uh, returns value, we can set them to higher 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 max value, like 900 or 900 or something thing like that. Should we really use the animation curve for this? So we have the animation curve max value. So inside the diminishing returns, we are just clamping it, clamp to max, and then we're going to do this. Um, okay, okay, I don't see any issue with this, but this max value is not displayed anywhere. Should we display it? For example, if I have attack power of like 120, and the max is actually just 10, I'm going to do the damage 10, but in the stats panel, it's going to show me 110 or whatever, right? And that is fine. The attack power was just an example, anyways. I'm going to have it like int or float infinite, infinity, whatever. Maybe something huge. Not required because I'm hoping for small hull values like 30 within 100, so it's easy to have in in your head, easy to hold in your head. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's go with that. All right, now now in uh the active scale, instead of calling all that, what we can call is where is gonna be, oh, wait. Oh, okay, update update the active scale method. Let's call the uh stat entry instead of just stat. So we have ref of the stat so we get that. Ah, this is how we had to use it. This is what I was trying to figure out. Now it's like named. We know we can call instead of item one, item two, we can call it like this. Okay, we created two different variables right here. All right, so we have energy cost raw, that is the energy stat value, and then we have the energy remaining percentage. So we get it from the applied diminishing factor, and if the SO is null, we are going to return 1 for this. Then current energy cost will be mathf to int base energy cost into times energy remaining percent. Hmm. Okay, now I can just go here and where uh yes, like that, and then mm, that that is okay, and then um, we are going to call raw is going to be that value, or if the stat is null, it's going to be 0. And then diminishing returns, no need for all that. Diminishing returns from the from the SO. SO is not null, then apply that. Okay, wait. Hmm. Uh, what did we do here? So we got the raw energy, raw value, right, and then we are getting the remaining percentage. Should we do should we do all this inside? Should should we do all this inside the SO itself? So both are S. Get multiplier. Get final multiplier. Update user flow. Energy multiplier. No, that's not I meant what I meant. That's not what I meant. Something like uh uh this is gonna be scrap. Scrap current scrap cost equals uh that that SO that SO is not not is null, that or else or else that type SO that type SO dot blah 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 diminishing curve blah 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 blah. And add this inside our SO. Where is that? There. Okay, here we are clamping this, and then if no diminishing return, cost stay unchanged. So we are returning the base cost, not cost, man. Is value value get final value. Um, I mean get the curved value, or I mean this one. Hmm, never mind. Okay, and then uh, we don't need this either, and we are getting that. Evaluate diminishing curve. So we are evaluating and clamping this until this we were good, and then we are multiplying the final value with the base cost. Wait a minute. Hmm, percentage remaining. I see, I see. Ah, man. Okay, so this final value, mhm, mhm. Let's see how this works with like something like attack power. We pass the base cost. Is value. Oh, well. Okay, we pass only the raw value. And I see. So if we remove the base value like that, going to return raw value after clamping it. So clamped raw. We are passing the clamped raw. Ouch. Right. And then mhm, mm, evaluate the diminishing curve. So we get the remaining this thing, right? The diminishing curve, return the clamped raw value. Okay. And then here, uh, um, use clamp 01 curve eval equal this, and we just return that. We just return that. Oh, hang on. Uh, bro. Okay, clamped raw divided by max value is gonna be between 0 and 1. So we are going to get the curve value between that 0 and 1 by doing this, right? And then we pass the current value. Oh, wait a minute. Shouldn't we? Oh, wait a minute. Shouldn't we multiply that with the curve value? Because let's say I'm passing 250, which is the max here. We pass that. So curve's max is 250, right? And this is gonna give us 1. So this value is 250. So we get that fine. But if we had the curve slowed down, and let's say I'm passing 150, and then 150, let me see, 150 divided by 250 is zero point 0.6. So around 60% of that curve, let's say it's kind of dipping. So we pass the value that is point blah blah blah, zero point 0.6. Yeah, exactly. We pass the zero point 0.6. Mm, I see. Yeah. How about this? So we pass the raw value that is 150 if there was nothing here. If there was, and then it was like zero point 0.6, in that case we are passing zero point 0.6. So we need to multiply that with the raw value, right? Oh man, this is confused. Na, 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 ru, ru, ru. Confused. What if I'm working with attack power that does not need diminish return? How what would be what would be the base cost for that? Okay, okay. Then what if I'm working with crit chance? It does not have a base cost, base value. Final chance. So we pass the raw value here. Clamped divided by 100. Cooldown reduction. Base cooldown. Why should all the never cares? This gives you perfect start architecture. Chance. Get final chance. Why should why should all the staff that have all these methods, man? Forget, forget, forget. Base base value. Just work on giving diminishing return value. So in the start type, we have one thing that is going to clamp the value. So if it's not there, it's going to just return the clamped value. If it is there, then it's going to get the value. Okay, there you go. Uh, but now, but now, but now, the raw, the 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 curves max value should be equal to equal to the actual max max value, like in the uh, animation curve. I have to change the graph. Yeah, I don't want to do that though. Well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, man. Oh, yeah. This one. Option to normalize raw input and then the curve. This avoids needing change of curve when max value changes. Your yeah, curve is 0, 1 and not 0 max value. Change your method to normalized. So first we clamp the raw value, then normalize the clamped by the max value, and then we return the normalized value. Okay, I think this is getting out of hand. I think using anim curve is making things a bit too complex. Complex. And the funny thing about this is I have been in the exact same place before and I haven't learned my lessons, I guess. At least, oh yeah, I have learned some lessons because I did not go with what it suggested. I knew it's going to cause a issue in my editor. What do you really want? Draw value, clamp it. So in here, of value, diminishing returns blend point, raw value that gives 50% output. The return diminishing factor, clamp. La, 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 la. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do. Going back to this initialization class, I like this, right? I like this. So what I need is I want this to go into each of the scriptable objects. So I'm going to remove that. There you go. That's gone. Now, what was it called? Diminishing factor, right? So I can go to the SO class, remove these as well. Diminishing curves should be gone. I don't know if I need the max value. I don't know. It will kind of help with the infinite value cases. Now, for now, I'm just gonna call. What was it? It was a int, was it? Float. It was. I mean, we're gonna go with float. D may ne is it DIMI ching factor row half value diminish. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Let's go with that. Okay, not header. Let's go with tooltip. Tooltip, and then uh, and then return dimension diminishing 0 to 1 multiplier. Public float get diminishing multiplier, and we are just use formula output equals raw divided by raw plus half, but here we are clamping the max value and everything, but ultimately we are passing clamped, I mean raw value plus, but here Copilot suggested this. Why? Copilot suggested why? uh because the standard dimensional return curve and used across many games, but it returns the opposite meaning of what you need. Really, percentage effectiveness, remaining cost. It's the curve used in Diablo. Blah blah blah. Means like Copilot thinks this is correct. Not correct for your cost. You do not want it to approach one. Your correct formula, remaining amount, or clean final stat. So it's still the same, just less verbose. Fine, fine. We do that. We are simply not clamping it one more time. That's all. If you want, I can generate crit chance. Okay, get diminished value. Diminished value. It's multiplier, right? So is it diminished value? So is it diminished value or multiplier? Multiplier. It's a multiplier. Okay. Okay. Okay, update the active skill. Okay, update active skill. multiplier. So so here, uh we can add scope. I think it will give us like yeah. Let's add the scope. It can be um kind of like, okay, because we are using the same variable names, that's why we're using that. So here, get diminishing multiplier. That's why we do that. And this is gonna be the cooldown. Something for that. Yeah, if we use the scopes like this, these field names, we can use the same field name for others. Cooldown reduction. So for the crit chance, okay, let's see. Now one last scenario when we don't have any stats. So this is going to return null, and here it will be 0. So raw is 0. Multiplier will be multiplier will be, well, it is null, so 1. So we get uh seal to end energy cost, that is the base value times multiplier. So that's going to be the base cost. What about crit chance? Optional extra cleanup. You can refactor repeated logic too. Then initialize it like this. Apply cost reduction. Yeah, I think we can do that. I think that's better than having different scopes like that. I did catch. And then current energy cost will be apply cost reduction. That also. And uh, cooldown reduction. Apply cost reduction. Uh, how does the cooldown work? Apply reduction is better, I guess. Apply reduction. Okay, how does crit chance work? Thanks. How do I use this for crit chance that are chance or stats that don't have a base value? How to use for crit chance? How to get final crit? So the crit chance, we get the crit value here, and crit chance will be raw value multiplier. Multiplier will be 0, not 1. Now crit chance is between 0 and 1. Did crit? Oh, seal to end. We're not gonna seal to end now. Is crit random value crit chance. Get diminished crit chance. Helper. Yeah. Show me the get diminished. Yeah, here. Reduce boilerplate everywhere. Add a helper to the special. Raw diminished multiplier. Uh, the stars that should not be 0 to 1. This is different from what we want. We add this to the SO, and this is where I'm getting confused. Uh, uh, perfect for perfect, not perfect for a crit chance, every chance. Plus anything that is itself a 0 and not probability. Clean simple fix. Stat kind multiplier chance raw value, or then SO looks like this. Um, now inside SO write one line unified method, one unified method, get final value raw. Will implement this. Will finally remove all the confusion. So this is gonna be raw value. This is gonna be multiplier. Gonna be chance. Uh, hmm. No, I think a raw value and chance is enough. Final value multipliers 0 and 1. No, no. Stat will return one type of value raw. It's it's up to the caller to decide on how to use it. The caller can be like can be like a multiplier, um uh, cost reduction equals blah blah. And so value blah blah. Okay. That power equals a the type is cost. Damage. Yeah. And just for add quick itself. So so we are now passing. We are taking the raw value. We're getting the max. And then diminished equals clamped times half divided by clamped plus half. Still rawish, not a percent. So here, apply reduction, apply cooldown. Yeah, yeah. So in here, we are getting the raw value. Then multiplier is okay, we are getting the diminishing raw as well. And then we are doing the percent. Okay. And what about the attack power? So attack power is simply just that. It starts that entry, dim AP, yeah. Final power will be plus dim AP. So final power equals final attack power. Yeah, fine. No multiplication, no percent. just raw example crate. So this is gonna give us raw crate. Raw value dim crate. Crit chance. All right. Okay. Okay. Now let's add these methods into the SO. No. No. Oh shit, this fucking sucks, man. Crit chance. Get chance. Yeah, it's great. Okay. Multiply them. I get multiplier, seal to int. Nope, nope, nope. And then okay, let's explore your earlier suggestion about value uh multiplier and chance. That kind. Okay. If it's value, it's going to return diminishing ish raw. It's just it should just return the this thing final value, clamped value. Add a Yeah, see, this is just going to return clamped value. This is going to return hands increase towards one instead of decreasing. Obvious this from that. Use for energy scrap cooldown lamp. Mm, mm. Get final value raw. Get final value. Add down value. Is great. Random value less than perchance. Till to end. Click on. Okay. Show it to you because you were returning a diminished value for a raw value as well. So why are you returning him to as well? That's why I show your earlier code now. We are returning the clamped value in the multiplier. We are returning. Let's say I have 80% crit chance. So 80 is clamped and it's still 80. 80 divided by 100 is zero point 0.8. So again, no, my bad. 80 less 100 is no 80 plus 100, 180. 80 divided by 180 is 0.44. We are passing that. We are passing the that to, okay, what if I have 900 uh, value? Then 900 divided by 1000 is zero point 0.9. Hmm. Okay, what if I had 9000 divided by 9100? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. It's going to clamp. Uh, no, no, no. It's not going to seal. So that's, and here using this multiplier, even with 9000 divided by half value, which is 100, so it became 90 plus 1 is 91. 1 divided by 91 is, oh god. So but we are going to inverse that. So in the cost, in the multiplier, we're going to seal to int, but we are multiplying this with that. So times, let's say 5 energy, which is gonna be this much. We are going to get 1 out of it. Okay, fine. Show me the, show me the active scale. Right. Pow, 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 pow. And raw value. Not uh, diminishing increase curve. This graph. Mm. We can do Okay, this is the active scale, and in the initialize function we do just this. Yeah, cost reduction. Yeah, just reduction. It's fine. Apply reduction. And inside the apply reduction, um, we can get this, and then if this or that is null, we return normal value. If so is null, or that is null, we return the base value. We return the base value, base cost, or else we get the raw value first. Raw value, and then we put that into the this thing, get final value for multiplier stats, get value returns 0 to 1 remaining multiplier. So let's call this remaining multiplier. Dot remaining multiply equals so dot get final value raw, and then mathf seal to end base cost. We just return that base cost times remaining multiplier. So again, no, not this, my bad, my bad. So again, here we get this one. We're already doing the what are we doing exactly? So the clamped value is, let's say, 80 divided by 100, so that is 1.8. 1 divided by 1.8 will be 55%. So so here we are gonna multiply 55% with the 5 energy cost or whatever, and we get the 3 energy cost. What if I had 2 energy cost times 0.55? That is still 2. That's gonna be a problem. What if the clamped value was something like 300 by 100, and then that is 300 by 100 is 3, so 4. 1 divided by 4 is 25. So times 5 is 2, but 0.25 times 2 is 1. It's going to go 1. What if the clamp value is 101 divided by 100? That is 1.1 plus 1 is 2.01. So 1 divided by 2.01 is this amount. So times 2 will be 1. I see. So 99 divided by 100 is gonna be here 1.99, right? 1 divided by 1.99 will be this amount times 2 will still be 2, this thing 2 uh to what cost, to energy cost. Let's do the same thing for the crit chance. So let's say I have 99 crit chance. So we are going to add the 100 to this. So I have 199. I can divide the divide clamped, that was 99. 99 divided by 199 will be this much. 99 uh divided by 100 is 0.99 plus 1. So 1 divided by 1.99 is increasing. Um, okay, what if I had, what if I had, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Uh, 20, 20, 20, so this is, so this is gonna be the crit chance. So 20 clamped value divided by 120. This is the crit chance here. No, no, no. This is the half chance. Yeah, yeah. This is the crit chance. Okay. But 120 divided by 120 plus 100, 220. This is increasing, right? But what if we do the same thing for this example? So clamped is 20 divided by 100, right? 0.2. And then 1 divided by 1.2. 1 divided by 1.2. Okay. And for the 120 example, this is gonna be, I think, 2.2, right? Let's see. 120 divided by 100. Yeah, 2.2. So 1 divided by 2.2 will be, it's decreasing. This is increasing. So that's the difference there. The more value, the more input, the less value we get. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Oh, finally. Finally, I understand how this works. So, yep. What else is there? And attack power just gets the attack power, fine. And then crit chance is gonna get the crit chance. Yep. And we do that. Just so I here get final value, right? Public pool. What? Oh yeah. Public pool get chance success. Is uh is sucks is successful. Success. What is uh successful? Yeah. Chance, get final value, and we roll between random, but we can just go with the random value, right? Return random value is less than or equal to chance. Finally, what? Just a quick examination. Just quick check on anything I missed, changed some small things. Towards success. I mean, that's fine, bro. Oh yeah, okay. If we have zero chance, there's gonna be a problem, right? Okay, I see. Keep it as is. Unity random value is zero, less than or equal to x, less than one. So equal to is safe, no bug, but convention is tiny style change. Hmm. Get final value. If find is not chance, then return false. Else return. Oh, else return random value is less than random value is less than final value. I mean, equals makes sense, even if it's like 1%. The random value is I am okay. Okay, active skill reduction is correct. If you like, I also there. Yeah, get final stat type help. No, no, this is fine. I don't want to do. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Let's save. Which one, bro? Airship. All right. Two skills. Okay. Which one has a Unicode? Where is the Unicode? Unicode. Some Unicode characters. Which one though? Which is the Unicode? It is saving everything though. Show me the actual Unicode that is giving you this issue, please. Is this kind of bugged? Oh, forget. All right. Now all that's left is to go to the stats and select everything. Everything is raw by default. So this is gonna be which cost? Energy. Energy cost reduction. And this will be no, my bad. Well, first of all, it's going to be energy cost reduction. And then this is the multiplier. Same way, we have uh scrap cost reduction is also well, which is first of all, which is a cost reduction and multiplier. And while I'm at it, cooldown reduction. Cool down reduction. And this is gonna be a multiplier as well. And and let's create one more. PP character start type, crit, chance, crit, and uh, uh, let's go with this. We don't have an enum for this yet. This is gonna be a chance. And let's just quickly add that as well. Crit and mhm, 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 mhm. Okay, I think we can stop here. I'm kind of getting tired. I still need to have my dinner, so what did we do with this for 3.5 hours? We worked on the cooldown. We did not even actually implement the whole system. Uh, mhm, mhm. Implement that type enum. I mean, add stat type enum, right? That kind, that kind. For raw values like attack power, max hull, and so on and so on. Eh, uh, cost, cost, what was it? Multiplier, diminishing multiplier, dimi, diminishing multiplier, plier, and uh, uh chan for cost reductions and rate and yep. Okay, so I will see you soon, and this time I'm going to end the stream by clicking on this button. Your stream will stop immediately and you will no longer be live.